Raids are leaving. On February the 28th, they will cease to exist, temporarily. But we all know what that word means. Time in Warframe is even more relativistic than in real life. Today, we're going to dissect the reasons and the issues present in the trials, as well as voicing some concerns on the matter. Stick around. I'm Deuce, and thanks in advance for watching. As stated by the developers, the main reasons for discontinuing both LoR and JV are low player engagement and the fact that maintenance for these features takes resources away from other things, bigger things. Now many, included myself, have argued the fact that these two reasons don't explain the need for removing a feature outright. But what I've come to understand is that the devs just don't want something on the game that they don't feel is in tune with everything else, or that they like. Similar to the old Dark Sectors, raids are something completely different in regards to the regular Warframe experience. First, these require a lot of cooperation, and the learning curve involved is beyond anything else the game offers. Second, the nature of the trials themselves is 100% different when compared to the rest of the game. While Warframe's mainstream concept is about shooting things in space, LoR and JV are 90% about overcoming obstacles and 10% about shooting things. These points don't mean that trials are bad for the game, they're just different. And that is one of the reasons why many feel off while playing them. But beyond the public reasons, truth be told, trials are just a mess when it comes to design, with many problems that ultimately make those who are aware of their existence to continue to be uninterested in pursuing this game mode. Both LoR and JV are infamous for being bugfests. Yes, now they both have a pretty playable state, but that's now. DE is not known for day one delivery, and these were not the exception. In some instances, raids were such a buggy mess that prevented their completion in a lot of cases. These issues persisted for long periods of time, thus driving attention away instead of towards these new additions. This was also coupled with the fact that trials are completely disjointed from the rest of the game. There is no breadcrumb trail to them. This has the very adverse effect of having new players that could be interested in the feature go by completely oblivious of its existence. This couples with the fact that the promotion of raids was non-existent after the initial launch window, and the results are now evident. To add insult to injury, if you expect a World of Warcraft or a Destiny type of experience when doing raids in Warframe, you're in for a disappointment. Trials in this game feel convoluted and poorly designed, 3-stage missions with puzzles, quote-unquote, to solve. I do raids often, and to an extent I never really enjoyed them. At least not after the initial run. That feeling you get when you accomplish something for the first time, it's there, sure. But what comes after that? Also, tying JV to one, if not the most unpopular feature in the game, Arcwing, was not the brightest of ideas, but like they say, it's very easy to be wise in hindsight. But the final nails in the trail's coffin comes in the shape of their rewards. Usually, raids are the pinnacle of gameplay, the most challenging of endeavors, with a big fat loot chest at the end. Sadly, LoR and JV have none of that. The only things you can get from completing said events are a piece of cosmetic that it's, in all honesty, not good at all, and you only get it once, and the arcanes, something you don't even need in the game. And don't get me wrong, some of these arcanes are good. Not all of them, yes, but still some are. However, they don't justify a 30-minute time investment. Instead, you could do sorties in half that time and get something twice as good in the shape of a river mod. In the end, trials need better rewards, and the quality of said reward should take into account the time investment these require, especially when you're learning. But what to expect? What will happen after the trials are gone? How is the Raids 2.0 system going to improve on the mistakes of their predecessors? There are no answers to that, other than soon TM, and I hope so. Whatever comes after JV and LoR needs to be better designed. more player-friendly, needs to have a relation with the rest of the game, be connected to it in some ways other than a poorly written lore entry. It needs to have better rewards that justify the time investment, and ultimately it needs to be fun, engaging, and challenging. Finding these answers is not an easy task, but I think it's best to leave the raids as they are than to bring something that will change nothing and will continue to disappoint. Personally, I'm going to miss raids. A lot, actually. I run them frequently enough to come to appreciate their place in the game and how they brought plenty of fun and challenges to many veterans after they were done with everything else. Completing an Arcane Energized set is something very few can do, and that reason is why raids are so special to a lot of us. One of the last places where very few could go in this game. I honestly don't want them gone. I would love for a freeze in their development so that DE can allocate those people where they are needed the most. But I know that's an impossibility, since every update brings a host of new problems as well, some of which will include raids if they stay. I understand, but that doesn't mean I like it. For my part, this has been all for now. If you enjoyed the video or you found it interesting, please consider giving it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more Warframe content and follow me on Twitter to keep up to date with everything. Wherever you are, have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.